lot of free ball both sides of the wickets, but he was good enough to time the ball, and that was the feature of his batting tonight, his timing. He didn't try to overhit it, and you're right, the wicket didn't look that easy apart from the way David Warner played.
Yeah, I just think they gave him too many easy balls. I mean, yeah, he timed the ball beautifully, but 3 6s and 10 4s. You know, we saw Alzarri Joseph, the one bowler who bowled well. He was tough to get away. The rest of the bowling, I think, was fairly mediocre. The spinners did okay. Hussain bowled okay, but David Warner hit the ball as well as he's hit for a long time tonight. Just hit the gaps. That's all he did. He didn't try to play the big shots and just timed the ball so sweetly.
Yeah, smart and classy from Davey Warner. There you go, 75 off 41. He said to me he enjoyed sitting back and watching Tim David produce a bit of magic tonight, but he was hitting them to every corner, wasn't he, boys?
Well, I think if you have a look there, a lot of his boundaries were square of the wicket, and that reflects the way the West Indies bowl. They bowl both sides of the wicket. They were pretty ill-disciplined with the ball, and I don't think they're going to see that from the Australian bowlers. I think they're going to bowl a much fuller length, and it's going to be quite hard to score, but David Warner was good enough to capitalise.
Well, it was a classy cameo also from Tim David tonight. He didn't have much luck in the opening game, did he, falling for a duck? But tonight he showed us why he's generated so much hype in T20 cricket.
Well, he's booked his ticket in the side for me. He's got to be in the World Cup starting 11. You know, this is the sort of innings that can win you a game. 42 off 20. Just hit the ball so hard. You know, he's got a lovely swing in the bat. He opens up so he can hit through the offside, but he's so powerful through that mid-wicket region. We saw 3 6s and 4 4s and some of the best hitting we've seen from a long time.
He's just an out-and-out match winner, and there's no way you can't find a spot for him in this team leading into the World Cup. To have someone with that sort of power in the last 3 or 4 overs, he can turn an average total into an unbackable total, and we've seen that tonight. You could feel it coming that over with the match-up. He recognised that, hit it for 20. He was just disappointed he got out when he did because the crowd were looking forward to it.
Well, it was a good start, wasn't it, from the West Indies? As we have a look at the wickets, Cameron Green, his licence to swing, it didn't come off tonight, and Alzarri Joseph, he reaped the rewards.
Yeah, look, I think Cameron Green's got off to a bit of a flyer in his career in India, but it hasn't been as easy on these bouncy pitches in Australia. Now, Alzarri Joseph, you've got to respect him. He's a hard bowler, hit down the ground. Aaron Finch struggled for timing, looked to muscle that one over mid-off, just hit it straight to mid-off, but he was about a runner ball, and Davey Warner got out straight away, and that's often the cardinal sin when you're batting. You lose 2 wickets together because you get 2 new batsmen, but it was a tremendous innings from David Warner.
Yeah, and Steve Smith had a mix-up here with Glenn Maxwell. And this is just the stage of the game where West Indies were starting to take that momentum back, getting themselves back in the game. And Tim David, LBW, is a bit unlucky there with the full toss. He wasn't expecting that ball to be bowled. And Steve Smith was done by some clever bowling in the last over from Joseph to bowl a slower ball and get himself 3 wickets.
And then Matthew Wade, you know, just throwing the kitchen sink at it. He made a handy little 16 at the end, but he had to deal with Alzarri Joseph, who bowled 2 of the last...
To deliver a few more of them tonight, Junior.
Yeah, look, they've got a bigger total to chase down tonight, and I think this pitch... It's not going to be easy against quality bowling, but they've got the power. If they happen to get 1 or 2 players in, you can score quickly on this ground. It's hard to defend. There's big pockets on certain areas, and there's other small boundaries that you definitely need to target. So, look, I wouldn't write them off, but Australia are going to bowl a lot better than what the West Indies bowled, so they're going to have to have their A game.
West Indies are going to naturally hit 6s. That's the way they play. But to me, where they're going to win this game tonight, it's going to be tough work with this new ball. These fast bowlers, Australia, are going to get a lot of bounce. It's going to be getting off strike, rotating the strike, not letting the Aussies bowl overs of 1 and 2. They've got to make sure those tough overs go for 6 or 7, and then they can play the big shots at the end. They'll get their boundaries, but it's those middle overs that they've got to play well.
Well, they need more of the same, won't they, from that man there, Cole Mears. He got the Windies off to a flyer in game 1. Do you expect he'll show the same sort of intent again tonight? Well,
I think he's got to. When you're chasing nearly 180, you've got to go at a decent rate from the get-go. But, yeah, first time I've seen him really play, he's got a bit of Chris Gale in him, hasn't he? He likes to sort of open up that front foot. He just stands tall and hits the ball on top of the bounce. I mean, that's a freaky shot. If you can play that shot, you can play any shot. So, yeah, I think he's a definite danger man, and it's going to be good to watch, see how he goes about his business.
Yep.
Move to Perth. Let's have a look at the wickets for the West Indies. Well, it's always going to be a tough one, chasing 179 for victory. Mitch Starr picked up the first one. A caught and bowl. Really well done. And Adam Zampa, Brandon King, 23 from 18 deliveries. That was his first wicket tonight. But Mitchell Stark was probably the pick of the bowlers. Good catch there from Finchie, mid-wicket boys.
Yeah, look, I thought Mitchell Starc bowled beautifully. Johnson Charles couldn't quite get going, could he? Cameron Green hitting the pitch hard. I thought Nicholas Paran was a bit tough on his batters there. I thought that's a tough run chase on that wicket against the quality of bowling the Australians have. Jason Holder came in and looked pretty good until he holed out in the deep. Didn't get the room to free his arms, and Robin Powell, same sort of shot, wasn't it? Trying to hit a horizontal bat shot on the pitch with bounce on it. Matthew Wade took his second steeper of the night. And Sane played pretty well. And in the back order of the innings, the ball nicely, caught by David Warner there at mid-off. The game was gone at this stage. Then Smith got a nice Yorker by Mitch Starc. Good practice for the World Cup, bowling Yorkers in the death over.
Yeah, they closed it out, the Australians, and just the batting at the start. Strong, too hard for the West Indies. Too many dot balls there, Brad had.
Yeah, too many dot balls. And if you look down the list too, King got 23, Holder 16, Powell 18, Sane 25. Too many starts. What it did show though, is if they get a few little things right, a couple of guys at the top of the order get some big runs, that they're going to be a competitive team.
Let's have a look at the Maccas. Mitchell Starc there, 4 for 20. Pick of the bowlers, spot on. Want some Yorkers at the end there. Hazelwood didn't pick a wicket up tonight, but I think they'll get some good tune-ups out of the quick bowlers tonight. Cam Green, 4 overs, 1 for 35. No, Max will use the off-spinner. Adam Zampa, they 1 for 34 from 4 overs, 8 for 147. Too good, the Australia tonight. We'll have a quick break, come back, and we'll wrap it all up from the Gabba. Australia victors by 31 runs here.
That's okay.